A scoreboard. Game 6, Trae Young and the Hawks hosting the Celtics, looking to force a Game 7. And Janet Jackson, she had to get pushed back to a Friday night concert because Ice Trae showed up dropping triples.
Trae said, "This is all for you, Miss Jackson." He was doing his best to keep the Hawks alive in this one. Listen, he's had a great couple of games in the course of this series, but Boston Nagandi, just too much.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown from the outside. Now, I got to give the Hawks a ton of credit. It looked like at one point they were going to get swept in this series, but they kept on fighting back. And at one point, they're up by 3 in the fourth. The final 5 minutes, though, the Celtics turn it around.
Yeah, that was cute. The Celtics then proceed to go on an 18-6, I believe, run to close out the fourth quarter in the last 5 minutes. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, been there, done that. Both of them put together 30-point contests. The Celtics are 23-1 when both of them have 30 points.
Tatum with 30 and 14, Brown with 32, Trae Young 30 points, 10 assists, but the Celtics take Game 6 and this series, and up next they've got the Sixers and the big process, Joel Embiid. And you know, when they have to try to deal with Joel Embiid, they have struggled, especially this season, but they have won the regular season series. What's this series going to come down to when you look at the Celtics-Sixers?
Those were some of the funnest games we had.
Oh, yes, they were.
Okay, deep breath. Bear with me here. A lot of this is on the shoulders, or I should say the knee of that guy right there. The health of Joel Embiid is going to be critical to Philadelphia's success, or Boston's success, quite frankly, in this series. Then I just look at the defensive matchups. While Robert Williams, Al Horford, perhaps Grant Williams in an emergency are going to struggle guarding Joel Embiid, I'm not sure who the Celtics have, or excuse me, the Sixers have that can slow the two J&Js.
By the way, Embiid dealing with that sprained LCL in the knee. We will see how this plays out. They begin the series May 1st. All right, let's play America's favorite game. Is that McNuts? The Knicks will beat the Heat to reach the Eastern Conference Finals. Is that McNuts?
That is not McNuts, Kevin Nagandi. This has a legitimate chance of happening. Of course, the Knicks are waiting to see how Julius Randle recovers from that ankle twist in Game 5 of the Cleveland Cavaliers series, but this is a team that has grown with its depth. They're getting more out of their bench in the postseason, and they've just got one of the defenses that's the toughest to deal with in the playoffs.
All right, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, are they on a collision course? Is that McNuts?
Ooh, this one is not McNuts either. I mean, we got a Game 6 in the Sacramento Golden State series that we got to get through. I hope that one goes to 7, but these two, both of their teams have improved markedly since the playoff starts. I think the Golden State Warriors team that we're looking at with the Game 6 coming up is very different from the Game 1 team. And this team looks very similar to the team that won it all last year.
This question brought to you by Dylan Brooks. LeBron needs to drop 40 in Game 6 for the Lakers to put away Memphis. Is that McNuts?
That is McNuts. This one is crazy to me that this would come down to LeBron in this position. Anthony Davis is without a doubt the key in this particular matchup. He needs to have one of those monster double-double performances that the Grizzlies don't have an answer for. Can LeBron do this? Yes, but he shouldn't have to. The entire point of the cast that is around him is to take some of that weight and that pressure off of his shoulders.
And we got you covered. Steph in a closeout game on ESPN tonight. LeBron in a closeout game on ESPN as well. That is tonight. Cannot wait for those matchups. Coming up, Jalen Carter, single elimination at home with the Lakers and LeBron in town. But the question would be, how will LeBron feel after coming off that overtime victory? Well, Ja Morant, it's great to be young. That is father time being, of course, unstoppable.
It is a spectacular play, and LeBron almost got a finger on that one too, but still Morant goes on the top floor to get that play.
Okay, we see some defense here. LeBron on the break, and then Austin Reeves knowing that LeBron's trailing. Lakers within 12. I mean, they were within 1 point in the third quarter. Anthony Davis had a big night, 31 and 19.
And he owed LeBron, I said this on yesterday's show, that he owed LeBron a big performance in this game because LeBron saved him in Game 4 and AD delivered.
And then we don't see a lot of Dylan Brooks here the rest of the way. We see a lot of Ja Morant. He was fantastic because they went on a run, 26-2, when it was a 1-point game, and it was the difference in this contest.
It was, and the Lakers might have run out of gas. Certainly LeBron James did. He admitted so afterwards, and now he's got to recharge with a short turnaround for Game 6.
And that Game 6 is tomorrow night on ESPN. LeBron, 5 turnovers last night, 4 of them coming in transition. Also shot under 30% for the game as he missed 8 threes, went 0 for 5 from the floor in the fourth quarter. LeBron afterwards.
Definitely starts for me tonight. I was not very good at all. I think defensively I was pretty good, but offensively I was, not really good. Tonight I will, and I'll be better in Game 6.
Back here with VC and Allen. Vince, how big of a missed opportunity was this? I know they're up 3-2 and they go back to LA, but they had the chance to do it right now and end this series.
Absolutely. I think it's a huge miss. And you know, you're playing with fire. You're giving a young team that is very confident, in the locker room when you talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. And I think if you close this out, you give LeBron and as well as AD and everyone else an opportunity to rest up, to prepare themselves for the next series. So, defensively, I thought they were decent, but fourth quarter, Ja Morant was able to get into their paint whenever they wanted. So that's something that, the Grizzlies are going to look into, particularly going on the road. Can Ja get into the paint to create opportunities for himself and other guys for open shots?
Okay, I mentioned Father Time, undefeated here, catching up with LeBron in the legs here, Allen. Specifically the rest. They had the opportunity to rest for a couple of days. Now they got to win tomorrow night. If not, if this is a 7-game series, it's going to be trouble for the Lakers.
This is must win for the Lakers. They have to win Friday. This is like LeBron James as he did in Game 4. He has got to reach deep somehow, some way, like he's done throughout his entire career, and find that extra energy to put this series away on Friday at home. Because if they go back to Memphis, their season is over. Like, they have to look at this themselves as the elimination game, because they know that if they have to go back again, it's short turnaround. Look at that. Game 7 is Sunday. You're playing Friday. You just played last night. There's no time to rest.
And the travel.
And you're flying from LA to Memphis, as we know as well. That's a big part of this. So LeBron has to look at this, and his teammates, who have all talked about how much they are trying to win for him and play for him, they've got to show up as well at home and end this series on Friday.
Vince, as a guy who played in his late 30s in the league and understands that travel, how important is Friday night for the Lakers?
They need to make sure they have all of the compression shorts, the boots. Try to find a cryo machine. I'm talking about whatever you can to make sure that the guys are Theraguns, you name it, everything that you can think of, so the guys can kind of prop their legs up, get their mind right. I'm not without a shadow of a doubt. I think LeBron will be ready and motivated because of his performance. I mean, we've seen him before say, "Oh, I'll be ready." Just with the Dylan Brooks thing, he's like, "Hey, I just want to play the game. I'll be ready to go," and he was ready to go. I believe it when he said, "I'll be better and I'll be ready to go."
Vince, were you a cryo guy? What were you doing late in your career?
All of that. That's why I named all those things. Kevin, I even have those here now that I use sometimes still.
No, you can give us 20, huh? You can give us 20 minutes right now by doing that, huh?
I can give you 10 or 15 3-point attempts.
10 or 15, but he didn't say if he could do it in two minutes span. 2 or 3 nights, as we see what the Lakers are going to be facing them potentially with that game Friday, and if they have to go to a game of the night. And the big storyline, Giannis and the Bucks facing elimination at home, hosting Jimmy Butler and the Heat. Let's go to the fourth quarter now. Under 5 minutes left. The Heat down by 9. And it's Jimmy in his bag. Mid-range jumper, got it. Heat down by 7. Not long after. Just over 2 minutes left. Butler again, he had 42 points. Will somebody double team him? We're tied at 111. Giannis, got to stop that train off glass. Yes, and 1. Bucks up by 2. He would miss the free throw. That would play a role. Gabe Vincent, are you kidding me? Deep 3, the Heat staying in it. 2 seconds left. Where's Brook Lopez? Where's Brook Lopez? He's not on the floor. Vincent, the Butler. What? Are you kidding me? Mike Budenholzer has Giannis at the front covering the inbounds and not on Jimmy Butler, and that ties the game up. We're going to overtime. In OT, 45 seconds to play. It's Jimmy Butler feeling it. Max Strus. Why foul? Do not foul. Why? Why would you do it here? They do it. Giannis on the clear out. Wow. Big foul. Strus makes 2 or 3 free throws. Heat up by 4 now. 13 seconds left. Remember, no Tyler Hero, no Victor Oladipo. Vincent missing the 3. Down by 2. You've got Giannis with the ball. That's what you want. They don't call a timeout. Middleton. And this is the decision. The Grayson Allen, your season on the line, and it's done just like that. Giannis stunned. Butler hype.